I don't want to use tretinoin because it thins my skin. Now, if I had a pound for every time I heard this in my consultations, I would be a very rich woman. So where does the myth that tretinoin thins the skin comes from? Well, it's actually this. So tretinoin does not thin the skin, guys. What it does, it compacts the stratum corneum. You see that little bit of a slither right at the top? That's the part that tretinoin actually compacts. And that's the part that can cause irritation. So underneath all that, where you see the epidermis and the dermis, that's the part that actually is living. The other part, which is the stratum corneum, it's a dead part. So it actually thins the dead part of the skin. But the healthy living layers of the skin, it actually thickens it. That's why it's a fantastic anti-aging product. Now here's what you do to make sure you get the best out of your tretinoin. First of all, don't go full out. Don't go for the top. Stronger is not always better. Having happy skin is the most important thing to you, rather than just go all out, throw the kitchen sink at it, and then you find, you worry why your skin is inflamed, it's broken, it's irritated, it's dry, it's flaky. So let's start low and go slow. And what that means is that pick the lower strength of tretinoin. So they do come in different strengths depending on the actual manufacturer or the brand, but generally speaking, we're looking at 0.025%, then 0.05%, as well as 0.1%. And there are actually some brands out there, some companies that do even lower than that. They start off with 0.015, and that's a really low dose tretinoin. You are better off with a lower strength and then building up in increments. And remember, consistency over concentration. The second part is just to use a tiny amount, which is like literally a pea size amount, and you literally dot it around your face. That's it, in a pea size, and then you just gently massage it. That's all you need. The third thing is that you need to avoid those sensitive areas. They're the corners of your mouth, the corners of your nose, and the corners of your eyes. That these products tend to sort of filter through to these corners, which tend to be quite sensitive areas, and then that can cause irritations as the product sits in the crevices. So my top tip is actually just to put a little bit of Vaseline at the corners of your eyes, your mouth, and your nose, and you leave about 0.5 centimeters gap before you add your tretinoin. Now the fourth one is, and some people may need to use this sort of to buffer the tretinoin a little bit, is actually use a sandwich method. And really literally is your sort of bread, which is your moisturizer, your cheese, which is your tretinoin, as well as your bread again, which is your moisturizer. You need to think about hydration. Hydration is your best friend. Make sure you do hydrate your skin, and always sun protect in the morning. Do not over exfoliate, so don't you go on and throw your BHAs and AHAs onto your skin whilst you're using a product that is highly effective for cellular turnover, because inflammation, irritation, flakiness, dryness will only set your skin back, and then you'll end up with all sorts of other problems such as pigmentation. So keep your skin barrier function really healthy. Make sure that you eliminate everything else. Less is more, guys. Just make sure that your skin is healthy to be able to support your active ingredient. If you like this type of content and you want to know more about skincare, please like, share and follow. But in the meantime, just comment below and let me know if you have used tretinoin, what concentration, what side effects, if any, did you get. Happy to take all comments, and let's just get a conversation going. Keep glowing and stay amazing.